Oh, we are packed today. We have so much information for you, and you have gold in these speakers. So our next speaker is going to be Hope Timberlake. We're going to bring her up onto the screen to share the spotlight with me. Hope Timberlake, I'm so thrilled that I had a chance to get to know her in the past week as we prepared for this. So Hope Timberlake inspires women to share their voice at work, to create more equitable, innovative, and interesting workforce. I give you Hope Timberlake.
Thank you, Nora. Today, we're going to talk about how to overcome obstacles so you can speak up. And one of these strategies is being brave. Bravery looks like a lot of things, including showing up. And in order to really show up, you need to be seen. So here's my first challenge for you today. Let's flex your bravery muscles and turn on your camera. I see many of your faces, but how great would it be if we were all connected in that way? Look at that. Thank you. Excellent. Well done. All right. As I was saying, today we're going to talk about speaking up. But before we do, let's turn the clock back, way back, to a time when you felt small. And maybe not just physically small, but you felt like your voice was small or your impact was small. So close your eyes if you like. What comes up for you? Maybe it was a time when you were playing Little League. Game was tied, it's bottom of the ninth, and you are up at bat. And you struck out. Or if you're like me, you might have had a terrifying public speaking moment. I was in high school, running for class president, and my speech was in front of the entire high school. I walked up to the podium and my legs were visibly shaking. The script, on which I'd written teeny tiny handwritten words, was shaking and rustling so loudly, amplified over the microphone. We've all had some version of terrifying moment where we didn't perform. And it's hard because we live in a loud, extroverted world. At school, you need to speak up. In your personal life, have you ever been to a silent book club? And certainly at work, where the requirements on your job description are not enough to achieve career success. You've got to share value. You've got to share your ideas out loud. And this is really hard for all of us, but it's particularly hard if you're the only woman in the room, the youngest, the only engineer in a room full of salespeople. Or if you're in San Francisco, the only Republican in a room full of liberals. All right, jokes aside, we know what it's like to experience terrifying moments. And how do we overcome them? Let's think first about the obstacles that are internal. So internal obstacles feel like butterflies in your stomach or nerves. Or maybe it's that pervasive companion we carry around in our head, that inner critic. Don't you hate her? And how about her cousin, perfectionism? We need to dot the I's and cross the T's. And we need to have our messages airtight before we share them. We must be fully prepared. Well, as it turned out, you don't need to be fully prepared to speak up. So one strategy for combating these internal obstacles is to move or remove your target. You may be wondering, what is this target? Well, your target might sound like, I have to be brilliant every time I talk. I need to add valuable content in every meeting. I need to demonstrate perfect executive presence. This is a tall order. And it's going to create anxiety. Anxiety does not lead to career success in most cases. So let's move the target. Instead of I need to add valuable information every time I speak, maybe we move it to, in this week's team meeting, I'm going to say something that's relevant to our goal. Or what if we eliminate brilliant and eliminate perfect from our vocabulary, and we remove the target altogether? So we move from I need to be brilliant to, hey, I'm going to speak up in the meeting. Maybe it's a question. Maybe it's a thought that just pops in my head. It doesn't matter. We don't need to be fully prepared to speak up. All right, so now let's talk about the external obstacles. These look like the people who interrupt us, the noise, the chatter that's going on so we can't get a word in edgewise. Or maybe it's the mansplainers or the he-peters. Yep, he-peters. All right, they sound like you share this idea. It doesn't have to be a brilliant idea. You share a relevant idea, and what do you know? Pete in customer success shares the exact same idea minutes later as if it's his own. So how do we combat these external obstacles? First, get prepared. You know what's going to happen? Let's prepare for it. Next, let's prepare what I call a back pocket phrase. So that back pocket phrase might be something along the lines of, Joe, I see you have a lot to say, and let me finish, and then I'll open it up to the floor for their input. Bam, clear, kind, effective. All right, so let's get real. We know it's not that simple. There are times when we're really intimidated, or those internal obstacles arise, the nerves come up. And we know that when that happens, we can ramble or over-explain. Or maybe we say a statement that sounds like a question. We've got a strategy for that. It's the speak up, damn it exercise. So here's what we're gonna do. This is the group participation part. For everyone to make a fist with your right hand. Excellent. So I'm gonna count down from 3 to 1. And when I say 1, we're all going to say, let me finish, damn it. And you're going to pound your fist on the table in front of you. So 3, 2, 1. Let me finish, damn it. Excellent. Doesn't that feel good? All right. Now you've got strategies for moving or removing the target, that internal target that we set so high. We've got strategies for our back pocket phrase to put people in their place, and we can end our statements assertively. What's next? Well, like anything in life, we want to practice. Not because practice makes perfect, but because practice makes better. So, practice. The world needs to hear your voice, and speak up, damn it.
I'm speaking up, damn it.
Yes, you are.
Thank you so much for sharing this brilliance, or not brilliance, but good enough. Yeah. And so thank you very much. I love this for women ARGs, for women leadership conferences, for all conferences, because everyone across the organization needs to understand kind of the new code of working together. And so I think you have so much to share with organizations. I love these exercises. I love your examples. Thank you so much for joining us today. You are a spark of enthusiasm in this world. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Nora.